Hi students, in today's CMOS classes and I am going to discuss in random variable how to find a PDF when a CDF is given, which means that I'm through the cumulative distribution function how to find the probability density function. So this is the problem. If the density function of a continuous random variable x is given by f of x is equal to ax in the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1 and a from the interval 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 and 3a minus ax2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3 and 0 otherwise. So this is the question. I want to find a and find the cumulative distribution function of x. So given f of x I have written here, and first thing is this: we want to find the a value, and we know that from minus infinity plus infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. Since it's the PDF, the total probability is supposed to be 1. So we are going to integrate from minus infinity to infinity. Here they look at the problem. The problem split it into 3 intervals. So from the interval 0 to 1, the function is ax, and from the interval 1 to 2, the function is a, and from the interval 2 to 3, the function is 3a minus ax dx. And for otherwise, it is 0. So that's why I'm not mentioning from the interval minus infinity to 0 and 3 to infinity, because the function is taking 0 on those intervals. Now from this, take a commonly out, then you will get this, and integrate this with respect to x. So this is x square by 2, and obviously dx will become x, and this is 3x minus x square by 2. So substitute the limit, we'll get this, which is equal to 1, and simplify this. I'm getting this is equal to 1. So from this 2a equal to 1 and a equal to half. In this case, my f of x is equal to this. So in place of a, I'm substituting 1 by 2. So it is x by 2 and ax, and it is a. So I'm substituting 1 by 2. It is 3a minus ax. So taking a commonly. So a value is 1 by 2. I'm writing like this. So next thing is this. I'm going to find the cumulative distribution functions. So listen here, the cumulative distribution functions can be find up to the interval. We first of all, we must know the formula. We know that the formula is probability of x less than or equal to x. So I'm going to integrate up to x. That is what the formula for cumulative distribution function for a continuous random variable. Here I'm taking the interval from 0 to 1, which means that my x lies between 0 to 1. So in this case, my f of x is probability of x less than or equal to x is this is the integration. I'm going to integrate up to x. So it is minus infinity to x f of x dx. But look at the question in this problem. It is splitted into 3 intervals, and obviously I'm going to write this as minus infinity to 0 f of x dx plus 0 to x f of x dx. See, this is the important thing for finding cumulative distribution functions in the interval. You are going to integrate up to x the interval that you are choosing. So here the function value is 0, and up to f of x, the function is x by 2. Integrate this and substitute the limit. Look at here, I'm going to replace x by the upper limit, so which means that I will get x square by 4. Obviously the lower limit is 0. So this is the cumulative distribution function in the interval 0 to 1. Next is, now you consider the interval 1 less than x less than or equal to 2. So I'm going to integrate up to x in this interval. So look at the same formula, minus infinity to x, integrating f of x dx. So how to integrate this? It is from minus infinity to 0 plus 0 to 1 f of x dx. Since my interval is 1 to 2, so I am going to integrate plus 1 to x f of x dx. So look at the previous one. There I am taking the interval 0 to 1, so I am going to integrate up to x in the interval 0 to 1. Here the limit, the interval is 1 to 2. So I'm going to take the interval in this one, so up to x. Now substitute values of those interval functions, and it's a simple integration. Integrate this, substitute upper limit minus lower limit, you will get simplify, you will get this. So here the important thing that you must know is which interval you are taking. You are going to integrate up to x from that interval, from minus infinity. So that is what most important thing. So next is considers the interval 2 to 3. So you will write it is minus infinity to 0 and 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. Now it is 2 to x, f of x dx. And substitute those values and integrate this. As usual, integration, simple integration. X is integrated x square by 4. Here the constant integrating, you will get x. Substitute the limit and simplify, you will get this. Now therefore the cumulative distribution function, from x less than 0 it is 0, from 0 to 1 this is the value, from 1 to 2 this is the value, from 2 to 3 this is the value. When it is greater than or equal to 3 it is 1. So from this you have to learn two important things is this: f of minus infinity is always a 0, f of plus infinity is 1. So this is why we can find cumulative distribution function for a continuous random variable. Thank you for watching.